Hello, I'm all alone in the house. Everyone's gone out, just. My daughter's gone off to have a day out and a night out and is staying at a friend's house tonight, so she's not going to be back this evening. My boyfriend stayed here last night and he's recently gone. We've been having snuggly, cosy, chatty time on the sofa. We were drinking coffee and eating croissants. They were these like pop out of the tube, shape yourself and put in the yeah, they didn't come out very well. I said to him, that's the most uncroissant like looking croissant I've ever seen, and in fact this one is a lot more croissant like than the ones I had. They were just like, I don't know, a cylinder. And Isabel said the same, because I called up to her in the room and said, do you want some croissants to take on the train for breakfast? She said, yes, please. And I said, they're there by the door in the bag. And she picked them up. She said, these are those? I thought they were croissants. And Ivy was laughing. So yeah, that was the first flop, but they tasted all right. Anyway, I think with those bake at home things, like when you buy the dough, I think you've got to eat them pretty soon after you do them. Otherwise they go a bit stale. Same with the par baked loaves as well. I think you've got to eat them pretty quick. Got one of those to eat as well. So I did a big shop yesterday evening. Went to Asda. Got lots of heavy things in because we went in the car, but I need to go again tomorrow to get sort of packed lunchy things. I really put myself into disarray for the whole week by not managing that shop on Sunday, so I'm determined I'm going to go and get some fresh ingredients to make packed lunches with, because I just ended up eating rubbish again and it doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make me feel good anyway. We're all different, aren't we? Isabel said, Mum, why are there cans of pop all over the draining board? Well, it's because I put them on there yesterday and I was unsnipping the packaging to store them pop there in the wine rack. It's our pop rack. And the bin broke and they all fell in the bin. Luckily it was only just changed, but even so, I thought, right, I'll give them a good wash. In the way of uni homework, I've only got one little task to do, which I didn't get to yesterday, and I meant to, so I'll try and do that today or tomorrow. It's only a 50-word thing. Got to do a biography of the person that was sat next to us in the lecture. We had to just give each other details and then go away and do it. It's to do with program notes and learning how to do program notes for the future, basically. So I haven't done that. There's not been a lot. I've got a couple of things to read through. I've got to read through the MA Music Handbook, which has got all the information about the course, deadlines, and, well, I don't know yet, but once I've read it, I'll know. And also, we've been given at least one book on the recommended reading list, which I've been working my way through very, very slowly. I'm still feeling overwhelmed with the workload because of the orchestra, basically. I'm having to work so hard to learn the music that it's taking me so long. I spent 2 hours on one of the pieces yesterday, and every time I try and practice it, I get a blinding headache. And it's not a joke, every time. And I woke up this morning with a blinding headache, which turned into sort of migraine-y proportions with wanting to be sick and stuff. And I was dreaming about the flipping orchestra. Oh dear. Anyway, luckily it subsided with a paracetamol, a big beaker of water, and going back to sleep for 2 hours. Thank goodness. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'll have to miss my gig if this doesn't pack up. But anyway, it's a lovely day. I need to turn this heating off because it's actually hot in this kitchen right now. I just turned the heating off. Right, I'm going to throw some clothes on. I'll have a proper bath later. Practice some more orchestra stuff, basically, because I feel like I need to get on with that before I do anything else. I actually took a pair of scissors to my hair yesterday. You can't tell because it's all hoiked back, but I cut that much off the back, varying amounts up to about that much, and fringe, I mean, I just literally just pulled it forward and went up like that with a pair of scissors, so it's all scruffy, but I don't mind. I kind of like that scruffy elfin look, to be honest. It's where I prefer it. Anyway, so there we are. That's what I did to save the time of going to the hairdressers. Right, I'm going to get on with things. I'm just going to clean up my kitchen a minute, put a wash load on, sort the dishwasher out, get the clean stuff out, you know, all that stuff. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to put this on. I've discovered on YouTube that at least for the two pieces I need to do for uni, they have the video with the music and the score and the hang on, just do 2 seconds. So this is particularly good for me because I can watch and listen and see exactly where the flute part comes, as well as just hear it. So it's just an additional sort of lookety learning approach, as my daughter would call it. So yeah, I think that's going to help me out. So I'm just going to put this on, and like when the flute bit comes in, I can just rewind it a bit if I wasn't looking at the screen and just see where it is in relation to the other instruments. And hopefully it's all going to help it go in. I'm just washing up, right, and I came across this that my boyfriend opened this morning. And look what he's done. I wasn't supervising him. He's done this on his own. He's used a tin opener. So in the end, instead of doing what you're supposed to do, which is pull here, you see it opens up and the whole thing kind of spirals open and then it all pops out. So how on earth he got the dough out, I do not know. Doing the stove, even getting the little hobby things off and giving them a clean. Well, I'm not winning on the music practice front, but I'm winning on the housework front. So I've cleaned all my surfaces, I've sorted the dishwasher out, I've washed up a few items by hand. I am drying all my lunch bags from the whole week. I'm doing myself instant noodles for lunch because I can't practice until I've eaten something. I'm hungry again now. Do you see that rust on the stove? Me and my boyfriend were talking about how it is really time I replace this gas stove, and I'm going to replace it with an electric when I get round to it, but we're starting to think about it. This is done because it's a 28-minute load, so I'm going to hang that out now while the noodles are cooking, and then hopefully it'll be time for some lunch. That's done, it's hanging up all up there as well, and that's done so much the water's evaporated, so I'm going to feast now. I enjoyed my lunch, very nice, had a nice pop afterwards. Guilty pleasures and all that. Anyway, do you know, I was just thinking, so I thought I'd share this thought with you, that when I'm a bit stressed about my work or, you know, my study now, just cleaning up my kitchen and wiping all the surfaces down makes me less stressed about my work. So there we are, maybe that's a tip I can share with the world. Clean up your space, your area, and then the other things don't seem as daunting anymore. I'm making coffee anyway on my nice clean stove, and I'm going to take it down in the cellar and ensconce myself down there without the camera and get on with the second of the orchestra pieces. One of the orchestra pieces is like 45 minutes long because it's a whole symphony with 5 movements, and I don't know if we're doing all the movements, but I suspect we are. So I'm going to go and work on that, and also for a gig coming up next weekend I promised to work on 2 tracks for somebody to play along with them, so I need to have a listen to those as well and have a little play along. I'm not going to do loads on it, I'll just play flute. I'm not going to work out backing vocals and lyrics because it takes time and I'm just limited, so I'm going to do a bit. Just had a thought actually, I was just giving that a wipe because I sprayed it and forgot to actually clean it, so I was just doing that then for that minute. It's so easy to get distracted from your work at home, isn't it? It's things like this, just... Anyway, I was thinking, oh gosh, well, if I replace that, that doesn't work anyway, it's just superfluous. And I was thinking, does one need an extractor fan? And I thought, well, I didn't have one in my old place for, you know, 15 years or however long I was there, and I have not had this really in all the 5 years that I've been here because it's never worked, so I presume I don't. But then maybe the tops of the cupboards and things wouldn't get as greasy if I did have an extractor fan. Do you have any thoughts on whether one needs an extractor fan in a household of 2 people? And also, do you have any tips for me about electric cookers, because I've never personally owned one. I grew up in a house with an electric hob, and I'm imagining a ceramic one would be nice and easy to clean. What are anyone's thoughts on induction hobs? Because I know you need certain pans for them, don't you? Otherwise they don't work. So yeah, if you've got any tips for me, that would be nice, because I know nothing at the moment. Oh, I've just remembered something. I ran up to get the camera. You know, I said I had 2 things that I need to play along with for this gig coming up next weekend. It's actually 3 and a bit, well, 4, but I know I've done one of them before. I forgot about the 3rd one. Anyway, in other news, we've actually been sent PDFs of the music that for orchestra now, finally, came yesterday, so I printed them out because I was managing off screenshots that were a bit wonky. Do you know the Tchaikovsky is 15 pages long, I think, 15. Hang on, that's going to be in focus now, right, there we are. I think that's the last page, yeah, 15 pages long. I don't know what Sibelius is thinking. He obviously, I mean, he was a composer, he should have known, but 23 bars... If you know, you know. 23 bars on a top B flat on the 5th ledge line above the stave. It's basically impossible to do because you need to breathe at some point. That is just too long to go blowing out continuously without actually passing out. So I presume we're just allowed to sneak a breath in here or there and thus not do what's actually written, because this tie means they're tied together, so you don't actually stop playing, you just continue to play. So there we are. That was a bit of a beast, I thought. It's 3:45 now. I've been almost 2 hours here working through the Tchaikovsky. I have got up to nearly the end of page 4 out of 15 on one of the pieces, so yeah, it's going to take me a while. I've been cross-reffing with that video that shows the actual score, so I can just write in little things like, for example, let's say if there's been a phrase of a clarinet and their last note of that ends on the same note that we start, you know, just things like that, so I can not be completely lost. So yeah, I haven't got to my friend's pieces that I was supposed to be learning by ear for next weekend, but I've got tomorrow as well. Worst comes to worst, I'll be doing it on the day because I'm not in uni on the day of that gig. So absolute worst comes to worst, I do a real last minute job on those. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But anyway, I've got to go and have a bath. I am still in my pyjamas. Well, I'm not in my, I sleep in like vest tops, so they're not strictly pyjamas. But anyway, I'm going to go and get myself bathed and changed and packed, ready for the gig. All bathed and dressed. This is the outfit that's down doing it on my action cam, so I think it actually white balance is better, and this particular place is terrible for making me very yellow looking. I haven't put back on the weight I lost when I had my stomach bug. I lost about 1/2 stone, I think, although my scales are a bit erratic, to be fair. They can vary. It's like you know, a dial one. It's not a battery one. I gave up on the battery one because I just kept dying all the time. Like whenever I went to weigh myself, the battery had gone again, so I gave up. Anyway, it's an informal party today, so I got my daps on. Look, I've actually taken some time to coordinate the colours for a change. That's nice, isn't it? Oh dear, I've hit a bit of a snag. Look, the banana doesn't fit in my banana holder. I've got a straight one. Do I want to take that tonight? We are getting fed. I'll just take a pasty tonight and I'll save that for another time. We have arrived at the venue. Here it is. Mick's gone to investigate and I'm investigating as well. We know the people that have booked us for this one. It's a private event, a party. But yeah, looking forward to seeing the faces. Oh, no, not in there then. Yeah, regular ceilidh enthusiasts, this one. So we're going to do much more complicated dances than we normally do, which Mick will be pleased about because it gives him something more interesting to get his teeth into. Oh, it's nice and big. Yeah, nobody's in the room so I can film. I always like to get you a establishing shot of the venue if I can, and I can't always because quite often by the time we arrive the room is filled with people. So we need to find how to access this stage. Oh, there's a door. Mick's obviously opened that door, so we'll be bringing stuff in now shortly. There we are. Looks like someone's been having a meeting on the stage, isn't it? I'll put my rucksack there and I'll get the rest of the stuff in with Mick now. Right, I'm going to show you what I've just come across before the room fills with people. Dana! This is where the buffet's going to be, apparently. Whoa, nice healthy greens. Quite often you get a very beige buffet, but not tonight. Looks like some good healthy stuff. Right, you've seen the food. I'm going to go and help Mick set up. Shall I grab one? I'll take that with me. Is that for stage? Oh, I don't care. I'll sit on anything as long as it doesn't fall apart. I'm the chairwoman.
Well, I'm not sure we do. Oh yeah, well I'll have a chair over there. Yeah.
We're all set up, Sal seems to be disappearing. Oh, how dramatic. You should be an actor, Sal. You should be on the TV. Oh yeah, anyway, sorry, we're all set up. And yeah, we're due to start in 5 minutes. We've got some guests in. Not an awful lot to see. Do you know, one time years ago, I really banged into something. It was dark backstage with all these black curtains, but there was also these black panels, much like this one. That's what's reminded me, actually. And I mistook a curtain for the panel and just walked straight into it. And I thought I was going to be, just brushing through it. No, whack, and then went straight on up to a gig for a concert audience seated in rows. Feeling a bit stunned. We've just started, it's just calling the first dance. We haven't done a dance yet, we've done a play-in. I've got a new app, Spectrum Analyzer. So I'm looking to see what frequencies we got on the go, because I want to learn
Anything
this
else
stuff.
just before we start? Yes, I'll learn. Yeah. Somebody else coming in. Good.
I'll put the name of it on the screen for you in case you're interested. It was $9.99, I think, one-off cost for that one.
Okay, would you like to turn it into a circle?
It's the interval, which you might not think because you can hear Mick shouting, but we've actually got loads of Morris dancers here tonight and they're about to do a display which I'm not going to film because it's private do. But yeah, I didn't film my food much apart from on my phone and it was a bit dark. I don't know if that came out very well. But I was chatting to a friend I hadn't seen for absolutely ages and so I had left the camera up on stage. But I've got some dessert and some more of those delicious veggie skewers. Yeah, I did have a whole plate full of bits and bobs, but I had a pasta earlier. Yeah, I've got too much cake by accident because I started to cut a sliver of that one off and I realised that I'd cut a nutty cake and I thought, oh no, what if someone's got a nut allergy? I'm just going to have to take the whole piece. So I've got too much cake. They've got 3 different Morris teams here, Morris dancing teams, and they're doing a massed Morris dance, like all the same dance together, any minute now basically. It's not your average party. There's a guy poking his nose out, he's having a little look. Cool, oh my gosh, there's nothing loads of them. They got the sticks out. The Kerry Mills barn dance. Guy's demonstrating it currently. Reggae. It's tidy up time. It's about 10:30. You finished? They're going to have a music session, I think, and do some singing, dancing, and all that sort of thing. Acoustic. That's what I was going off the edge of the table then. I don't think it would have actually. I thought it was while I was lunging for it. I'll just put it there for now. It's 11:30. I just got home. We had a very enjoyable evening and a lot of the faces that I could see on the dance floor I've seen for decades, you know. They're really sort of entrenched in the dance scene of Cardiff, so it was very nice to see them all again. Really nice. Anyway, it's quite late. I am going to go to bed very soon. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Do give it a like if you happen to like it. Click on the playlist if you want to watch some more videos from me right now. And feel free to subscribe. It's free. I'll see you in the next video. Good night.